Let's go back to the last 4 games. You've won 3 out of 4. In your estimation, what's been the difference between the games you have won and the one game that you lost?
I think it comes down to how we're playing as a team, the effort and the focus that we come in with each game. I think lately it's been a lot better, and that's why we're winning games. We're moving the ball well, making better decisions with our passes, and I think it's all just clicking for us here lately. And we had a little relapse in the Bluffton game, but it happens to every team, so.
You know, the one thing about the players I talked to last week is they feel that maybe the system is starting now to sink in a little bit more. You're getting used to the verbiage and the way that the coach wants you to do things. Would that be a fair assessment?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, things are starting to click, and I think it's because we're really, getting all those things, together. I know for sure, for me, everything's starting to click, and I think it's happening with all of us, so.
How frustrating was it, though, early in the transition? Because, again, one system completely different than the other system. You're asked to do a lot more defensively, pressing and such. So was it frustrating early?
To me, it wasn't. It's it was my freshman year last year, so we just kind of had to only got 1 year of it. For more upperclassmen, it might be a more difficult transition, but for me to only have 1 year and then to transition to a new one, it wasn't too bad. I like her style of basketball. It's the type that I like to play, so for me it was really fun. Defense has always been something I pride myself in, so that's all. It was always easy for me.
You know, I'm glad you said that, and as a former coach, that gives me goosebumps because 2 things. Number one, I love it when players use their left hand and they don't like using their left hand, and defense is the other one because defense is not sexy. It doesn't show up in the box score, so it's something you really want to do.
Yes, exactly. That's something all through high school. I always just knew defense wasn't in the stat book, but it was just always something that I knew every team needed. It's something all my coaches in the past had harped on, and something that I just took pride in because I knew that's what I needed to do. If that's all I did in the game, that was okay with me.
When you started the year and things were a little bit rough, did you ever imagine right now that you guys could be in a playoff spot here if you continue to win the way you're doing? Did it cross your mind at all?
Actually, yeah, I did. I knew the talents that we had. I knew we could make it there. Last year was just a matter of clicking together, and this year I think we really are doing that, outside of the court and on the court, and I think I knew we could do it. It just was a matter of time before we actually, got it together and did it.
You said you had a hiccup, and you did, and it was a hiccup. You come back, you play against Anderson, you go up there and get a win. And I know they struggle a little bit, but it's there. And now you have 2 games at home. Let's talk about your 2 upcoming games, 2 teams that got you before, if I'm not mistaken, but you get them here. How important is it that you turn around and get these guys here at home?
It's very important for our team. It's playoffs, and it's big wins if we get them. I think we have a good chance to beat both teams, and we have our home court advantage, and I think we have a good shot, and I think we can do it. So,
I'll tell you what, though, there's some players that don't cherish that type of pressure very well. Are you curious to see how you guys may handle it, knowing that you can't afford many more losses in the last 7 games or 6 games you have?
Yeah, I'm curious to see how we do, but I think we'll handle it pretty well. I think we've done a pretty good job at it before, and I think we can do it again. It's just a matter of how our practices go the next few days and how we prepare for it. So I think we'll be all right, though.